Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. It's been a while since I have streamed, but here I am. So let's just check to see if anyone is joining yet. There we go. Hey everybody. Alright, well today I am again on my quest to find all the watercolors and, choose, maybe upgrade my palette or whatnot. I have a few videos where I've done some swatches and tests and things, but I came across something really cool on Amazon, which is this Daniel Smith testing swatch. And at first when I got it, I thought they just marked it so you could see an actual little swatch of color, and then I realized, no, they're little blobs of paint, and I can go in and reactivate them with water and then really see what they look like on my paper. So that's what I'm going to do today. There are 238 different colors. So I thought, well, I could do this as a time lapse or I could do it as a live stream. So I decided, hey, let's do it as a live stream. So it's going to be a little bit informal, laid back as we go through that. I'll be trying to answer some of you guys' questions and chatting with you guys in chat. There is a new feature and I'm hoping it works. So for those of you who are watching this live right now, you guys know that you can interact in the chat usually over there, unless you're watching on streaming then, or on your device and it's over there. Anyway, wherever it is. But if you watched it when it wasn't live, then you missed out on the chat aspect. But I have heard rumors, and we'll have to see if this is true after the stream is over, that the chat is now recorded. So it acts like it's live. You can see the chats that are coming through during the live stream, even after the live stream. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. So I think that will be fun to check out and see if that works. So also, for those of you who are interested and maybe want to try this out for yourself, I think I got this for like $23, $24. I think it's even cheaper right now on Amazon. I have a link in the description box if you want to check it out. But yeah, it comes with 4 different... Oh goodness, that was an artilange, and I am so sorry for everyone's ears. I bet you that was really loud. I even thought to myself, that thing is gonna fall, isn't it? Is everyone okay? Sorry, this is not ASMR. Yeah, okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. All right, now we're going to very quietly, open this. Here we go. Quietly opening it. Because that was really loud. That was my stacks of watercolor palettes that I've been purchasing. They just tumbled down. They feel threatened by Daniel Smith. They're like, no, we will try to destroy Daniel Smith watercolors. So they just jumped off my desk at me. That was crazy. Anyway, sorry again. You know how jealous watercolor paints are. Alright, so I don't know that they... I guess they're a little bit in a semi-order. So going in from... the sheet kind of going in from yellows into reds, and then going into a little bit of browns and purples. And then this sheet going more purples into blues into greens. And then this one going from greens into more browns. And then into blacks. And then these are going to be really fun. So these are like their shimmery metallic paints, which look really fun. So we will just start at card 1 and go for it. So to start this whole thing off, first of all, aside from the deafening attack of the watercolor palettes, how is the audio? Is it okay? And all of that, let me know. Let me know if that works good for you. So to start everything off, I took a piece of watercolor paper and I have gridded it. You'll see that I had to do double grids at the top and at the bottom just to fit in all of these watercolors. I wanted to have a little bit of space where I could do maybe a bit of a gradient for, ooh, that's really too bright. Go away, light. Maybe just a little light. There we go. So I could have a little bit of a gradient coming across and we could see that over there, but these ones here will have just little kind of little swatches. So then I have a little cup of water here that hopefully I won't drink. And then a little towel thing. Why do I have to dance or stream right before my sister's dance recital? Oh, sorry. Well, tell your sister have fun at her dance recital. And, of course, you can always watch the stream afterwards unless I make a total mistake and just make it a really bad stream. I streamed, the last stream I did was a total failure of a stream. I was setting up my Clip Studio Paint Pro, and I thought, hey, I'll take you guys on the journey, and you guys can see, you know, all the things that I do to set my Clip Studio Paint up. And I totally forgot how I set it up, and it was just me kind of bumbling around. I don't even think I have that stream listed live anymore because it was a bad stream. It was bad, so. All right, so we're gonna start off. I will attempt to say the names of some of these. It will probably be rather humorous, and you guys, of course, can, you know, correct my pronunciation. I'm horrible at it, but we'll try. So we're going to start off here with Buff Titanium, which is kind of a grayish white. Sorry for the banging downstairs. Got roommates. I'm trying to stream up here. So in theory, we should just be able to wet this down. Ooh, it's activating very nicely. So this one here is definitely not a white. It's kind of like a creamy eggshell. I have to go a little bit slow because I want to keep these. I think what I'll do is I'll skip every other one. Maybe I'll do that. Skip everyone, because if I go too close to it, it'll bleed into the other, and that will ruin it. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining the stream. A whole bunch of people jumped on. So I'm going to skip this yellow and go to this permanent orange. A lot of water on my brush. And we'll jump right over here. I'm wondering, after I finish this, I'm sure there would be enough paint to do a picture with this, because they gave you actually quite a good little dollop of paint. So that would be interesting if I could continue to reactivate it and have this tiny little mini palette. Yay! Alright, we're going to skip this red and go to this rhododendronite genuine. It's not fake, it's genuine. Ooh, I like this one. It's very magenta-ish. Just a little bit more water. There we go. All right, and then we'll skip this. Oh, this one here. Grenadier fuchsia, and we're going to go to the nickel titanium yellow. I'm so glad so many of you guys have started enjoying art because of art videos. I know that I get super inspired by watching other YouTube artists. So this is a really kind of creamy yellow. It's not a really, it's bright, but it's not super vibrant. I like that. It's kind of like a little buttercup yellow. Okay, then we'll go over here to this cadmium orange hue. This one's just a little dollop. He's a baby. I'm kind of thinking, instead of going across, I should have gone down. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking these thoughts in my head, because it's going, yeah, and orange and then red and then yellow and orange. I don't know, that I think I might have messed up my card. I didn't think that one through very well. Well, you know what? Hey, let's see. Might have enough cards left to. What do you think, guys? Should I fix it? Or should I just keep going? Because it's totally, now that I'm looking at it, the colors don't go this way. They definitely go this way. Didn't notice. I mean, I noticed it, but I didn't think about it. Maybe I should switch it. See, if this was not a live stream, I would fix it. But it is a live stream. I didn't want to. Let's just flip the card and then worry about this later. Let's quickly swatch out the colors I haven't swatched, but we'll go down instead of up. That's what I'll do. So we did this one and this one. Let's do this one again. Sorry, guys. Rewind. But you know, if you want to do something good, do it good. Right? That's what I say. Because otherwise, I'm going to be looking at this and going, oh, if I would have just spent just a little bit more time on this card, I could have had a really nice thing. So I'm going to try to gradient this out a little bit. I'll put my water in so you can see how I dip. So this one doesn't have a really strong gradient. A little bit of one. It's so bright. Hang on, I'm going to try to move my light without hitting the microphone. Shh, don't do that. There we go. All right. Now we're going to switch down to this one. We'll skip one. Sorry, there's our roomies again. The bumblings. So I like that one. This is a Hansen Yellow Light, which is really nice. I know the water is kind of the same color as my table. See if I have a little paper you can see it. I don't, without making a whole bunch of noise. And I don't want to make a noise. I made enough noise at the beginning of this. So we're going to go down here to the cadmium yellow hue. My plan is after I finish this to come back and, after it's dried, to come back and write the names of the hues or the colors on here so that if I like, ooh, I like that, then I can order it for myself. I was trying to find online where they might have this printed up with the, kind of like with the Copic markers, where you can fill in the chart and it already has like the names of everything in it. But I couldn't find it for this one, so meh. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so we're going to go here to, this is a cobalt yellow. It's got a weird name before it, but it's, in parentheses, it says cobalt yellow. Just kind of just the same kind of yellow going on here. Alright, and then we're going to go down to this one here, which is really cool. This one's a cadmium yellow deep hue. So I like that one. That one's a nice color. It's kind of like almost a cheddar cheese kind of feel to it. I hear my phone buzzing. I'll just have to wait, I guess. Okay, so now we'll go back up to the top. And so we've done this one, so we're going to skip this one and go to this one. A Mayan yellow. I feel this skipping thing is also going to mess me up. As easy as it is, I do not multitask well. So painting talking to you guys and trying to keep my paints in orders. That's 3 different things that I have to try to do. I can feel myself messing this chart up. I've often wanted to do like a Copic chart fill out live on stream, but that one you have to focus so hard on, and even when I do focus, I always mess it up. So I'm like, I would just be destined to mess up my chart. Okay, so we're going to skip Naples yellow and go to Indian yellow. Luckily, once I kind of get these paints a little bit wet, you can obviously tell which ones I've used. So that helps a little bit. Now for a company that has, oh, by the way, this is not a sponsored video. I'm not being sponsored by Daniel Smith to talk about their paints, but I've heard a lot of really good things about them. And this company has 238 colors. So if you really want to build your palette, you don't need definitely all 238. I don't feel like they're like Copics where I need to collect them all, because they're so easy to mix and blend into new colors. That, you know, you might need just a lighter yellow and a darker yellow, and then you can kind of, you know, skip all these other yellows. So having this chart, you can really decide, do I want a really vibrant kind of neon yellow, or do I want a more subtle yellow? What rich yellow do I want? Kind of things like that. So I think this is a fun way to choose out. People have to go through and decide which colors we like the best. Trying to get, I gotta move that on up so you guys can see. Look at this color, it's amazing. You can't see it, but it's amazing. So this one's definitely, this is a new Gamboge, Gamboge. Very cheddar cheesy. It looks like I'm painting with cheese whiz. I don't have all the Copics yet. I have about maybe a little over half. I'm at the point where I'm pretty happy with the Copics that I have. I don't feel like, oh, who am I kidding? Next month I'll like, I have to have more Copics. Yeah, you know the feeling. All right, now we're going to go to permanent yellow dip. I'm going to fill in just this little box right here. So this one looks like a Cheez-It. I must be hungry because I'm associating all these colors with food. I didn't have breakfast this morning. I was not hungry. Are you guys breakfast eaters? I'm not. I have to force myself to eat breakfast. Okay, I'm going to come back and now begin to fill in this row with the opposite colors. They should be dry enough. I think moving forward from here, I'm going to just try not to take the color to the very edge, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I just feel it's going to be hard. So this last one here was the Bismuth Vendite Yellow. Bismuth. Ooh, ask a dyslexic person to spell. That's going to be a fun thing. So what is your favorite breakfast food? I used to love cereal. Then my body decided, hey, we haven't been exciting for very boring for a while. Let's make you lactose intolerant a little bit. So I can eat cheese and yogurt fine, but if I have milk or ice cream now, my body doesn't like me very much. I don't know if that's TMI or not, but it's the life. I do still sacrifice for ice cream because though ice cream doesn't like me, I like ice cream. So, but I try to stay away from milk and cereal. So I've been doing almond milk, which is okay. I think my favorite is coconut milk. Bacon. Yes, I do love bacon. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, and this is 8. Okay. So now we're going to go to lemon yellow. Right down here. Very lemony. I also like to make fruit smoothies. That's nice. If I have enough fruit. I used to do the standard orange, banana, apple fruit smoothie. But then it just got a little old. So I love it when I have like watermelon and strawberries and things like that to put in there. That makes it really good. Ooh, danishes. I love danishes. Biscuits and gravy. That's wonderful. Yum. All right. Now I'm really getting hungry. I shouldn't have made that topic. Okay, so lemon yellow. So now we're going to go up to Hansa yellow medium. Okay, so I've decided these charts are like this one down here is really orange, and then coming back up here, it's light again. So it's making this really difficult to, like, I would move this down if I was doing like an actual color chart. I would move this down here further. Well, okay. And then, okay, so we did Hansen yellow, so now we have Naples yellow next, which that looks like skin tone. I totally wouldn't put that right here, but that's what I want to do. That one's kind of an interesting one. I don't know that I like that one. It's not super pigmented and just feels like a totally different kind of paint. Might just be a bad blob, but yeah, I'll see how it dries. Now we'll go into Hansa yellow deep, which looks nothing like yellow. Looks very orangey, but maybe when we wet it, it'll be a nice little, it's a nice mixture. I like that color. This is very satisfying. A little nerve-wracking. I wouldn't say this is like a relaxing thing for me, just because I don't want to mess it up. I suppose if you were doing color swatches and you didn't care if you messed up, then it would be relaxing. But as I'm trying to get them in some sort of coordinating order, then it's a little bit more stressful. But what I also could do is after this dries and I write the names on the cards, I can always just cut these all out and then glue them in the order that I want. Huh? Genius. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so then we did this one, and now we have moving into more of the red color, which this one is Aussie Red Gold. I think I might like this one. Yeah. Look at this beauty. It's like a little autumn leaf. Wasn't that just pretty? It could be also that I've just been doing a lot of yellow, so anything other than yellow is going to be exciting. So, okay, now I'm also thinking that because I am left-handed, probably should have started from this side of the paper and moved this way, because as I go over here, I'm bound to smudge this. So let's just keep going. See what happens. All right, so we're going to go with Pyrrol Orange, Pyrrol, which is very vibrant. Woo! I'm going to skip that square. That is a bright little orange. Here, I have to move my water out of the way so you guys can see the paint thing. That's like glow in the daytime. Though my water, I have to say, is becoming very much like watered down orange juice. Alright. So now, did that one. So now let's move up here to permanent orange, which we've already done on the first run of these swatches, but I'm going to go ahead and swatch it again. I'm going to try to put it right next to here. Not let them touch. No touching. Don't do it. And we're going to go down to cadmium orange hue. I'll see if I can make a little bit of a gradient. Yeah, that's a nice little gradient. All right, and then moving down to Perion orange, just very reddy orange looking thing. So orange is probably one of, I love all colors, but I think orange is probably one of my lower down on the chart lists of favorite colors. What is your guys' least favorite color? Now we got cadmium red scarlet hue. That's a big name. It's a nice, very orangey red. Then we have transparent Pierrot orange. So the nice thing about this chart too, it also gives a little grid, so it tells you which colors are transparent, which ones are opaque, and lets you know if how they rate on the color fast system. So some of the colors are super color fast and others are a little lower, so you can find that out before you buy if that's something that's important to you in your watercolors. Uh-oh, there's some crossover contamination there. You guys are being buddies. Oh man, don't know if I like that. All right, now we have organic vermilion. Organic. I wonder if it's made from organic stuff. Oh, there also is ratings on here if it's outlawed in some states or required to have, like some states require you to notify you if they think that this might cause cancer. I was like, what? So I think they tell you that too on the chart. I guess there's some that are higher toxicity, and so you have to be a little bit more careful with them. I'm like, didn't know that. So this one is Mayan orange, which again is very reddy orange. This one doesn't spread. It's weird. Some of them spread really flat, and then others just kind of clump, and I don't even know if the camera would pick it up. But I think they flatten out in time, because that's what this one did, and I didn't like it because it did that. But now that it's dried, it's very smooth. And this one did the same thing. It just kind of didn't want to spread. It was kind of that chalky consistency that I have in more student grade paints. It's interesting. Now we have Queen Crydone Coral. Just call her Coral. I think she's going to be very pretty. I'm excited about her. Look at this. Would you look at it? Yeah. Kind of like a little, almost a hot pink going on there. So I think we're moving out of the oranges and now officially moving into more of the reds. And we'll jump into that with Perel Scarlet. So this is just the ready red. Very warm red. Be like lipstick red or something. So yeah, they do look a lot the same. And again, that's the reason why I don't think it's even remotely necessary to get all 233 colors in the Daniel Smith set. And I think if you're wanting to build a palette, being able to really just look and say, okay, these ones are absolutely the same, so definitely don't need to buy those, would be very beneficial to be able to do this, or to have this set. If you're serious about buying it, I would recommend that you do this. Though you can see it here on my chart, seeing it in person is going to be totally different experience for you. Plus, just the way the paint lays. As you've been noticing, there's some of these that I don't like how the paint lays, so I don't want to purchase that one because, yeah, I don't like it. This one, this praline, it's not praline, I don't think, Scarlet, which is just color Scarlet. I love this color. That is beautiful right there. Now we're going to go look at Cadmium Red Medium Hue. And then Peril Red right over here, which again is just a nice, really nice vibrant red. So maybe some of the differences in some of these colors that are very similar is maybe they're light fast, or whether they're opaque or not. I should have probably put a little line in the paper so we could see how opaque they are. But again, all these things you think about while you're doing it. So what is my favorite color? I love teal and purple are some of my favorite colors. But as we are finding out right now, there are colors within colors. There's not just red. There's 27,000 different reds. So I like teal and purple. But my roommate pointed out to me, she says, your favorite color is not teal and purple, it's red. Everything you buy is red. I drive a little red car. When I buy things, I generally buy red things. So now I'm conflicted. Maybe my favorite color is red. But I like to, yeah, I don't know. I think it's still teal and purple. Does it make it your favorite color if that's what you buy? So this one is the permanent red, and I really like how this one flows. It has, you can't see it, but it has movement. So as I'm dragging it across, I can see the paint spreading out in itself, and yeah, it's just got a little bit of life to it, which is really nice. All right, now we have permanent deep red. And then quinacridone red. I am trying to pronounce these names. So this is now getting into more of a cool red. So you have your warm reds, which are reds that have a little bit more of the yellow tone to them. And then you get cool reds, which are moving towards the blue spectrum. So you have your three primary colors, which are yellow, red, and blue. And your secondary colors, which are your oranges, purples, and greens. So So your cool colors are going to be a little bit more on the bluer side, and your warmer color is going to be more on the yellow side. But even yellows and blues can have warmer blues and cooler blues, I guess. Color theory. What are you doing to my brain? So this is anthracenoid red. How'd you like that pronunciation? And again, this is a very nice, cool, deep red. I like this one. So with all my testing of paints that I've done so far, I've done a couple different palettes, which we had from the palette Elements earlier in the stream, which deafened many of you. Sorry. And I've had a couple tube trials. I have a couple more that I haven't tried yet. One is a Rembrandt. I'm trying to get them without making too much noise or angering the watercolor palettes. This is a Daniel Roney brand. And there's another brand, but I can't see it because it fell somewhere. Oh, there it is. Hang on. Quietly getting it. This is a Schmecky. So I have these ones to test out still. And then I will have pretty much tested all the ones that I was kind of curious about, that I had a lot of recommendations for, and that are somewhat affordable. There are some that have been recommended that even if I wanted them, I don't think I could afford them right now. So we'll just wait on those. But I think I might be leaning towards the Daniel Smith. I think they're a little bit more on the expensive side. So one of the reasons why I decided to get this testing sheet, so that I could really just focus on maybe 12 colors or something. I would show you my palette that I purchased, but I'm really, maybe in a minute I'll pull it out. But I bought an empty palette for my new paints, and I have my 3 paints that I've already tried. I have them in there, and then I'll put the 3 that I just purchased that I showed you, and then I'll fill the rest up, I think, with Daniel Smith. I think. Not sure. There's a truck. Okay, so now we have Elysian Crimson. Now that's a Bob Ross color. Elysian Crimson. If I can talk. All right. Sorry, Bob Ross colors should definitely have a bigger box, but it was, oh, should have been that box. Dang it. Oh well. Messing this chart up, you guys. I'm not focusing. Now we have permanent Elysium Crimson, which this one just seems to be a little bit lighter, so that'd be nice to be right up here. See what's meant to be. That way you can really see the difference between these two. Look, there's just like this fraction hairline between the two. If that fraction hairline right there was a touch, they bleed over into each other, contaminating everything. Because they're both really soupy wet. Oh, that was almost bad. Almost knocked my water over. Yeah. Okay, where am I? Permanent. So now we're going to go to the Rhodonite Genuine right here, which was kind of just a meh color. Not overly excited about this one. It's just kind of, it's just not super pigmented. It's like you can see the whites of the paper underneath, probably because it is transparent. That is why. So this one has a little O circle by it. You can't see it because it's way over here, but it has a little clear circle, meaning it is transparent. If they have a half circle, half colored in, half not, then it is semi-transparent. And if it is filled in all the way, which we haven't done any of those, yep, this one, that means it is opaque, which you can't see through. So this one, which is 1, 2, 3, this one here is opaque. Oh, with a little touch of red, just to make it friends. Hello, I've come to play with you. Get out of here. It is my swatch. Okay, there we go. We're good. Now we're going to go with Carmine. which is a nice fuchsia color. This is a semi-opaque paint. And I like how this one flows. Now we have Rose Madder Permanent. She's very upset because she is madder than somebody else. Who is she madder at? I don't know. We'll find out when we find Rose. So she is transparent. So maybe it's just the transparent paints. I don't like how they flow, because this one just kind of the same way. So it must be the transparent way the transparent lays. See the things I'm learning? I've been playing with watercolors for 20 years. Still learning. Next one is Opera Pink. This must be who Rose Madder is mad at. And I can see why, because she is just feisty vibrant. Look at that. That's like a highlighter pen. Woo! That is something special right there. Let's see. She is a varying degree of granulation. Don't know what that means. I'm reading the codes. And she is non-staining, meaning she has a low light fast. Alright, oops, I'm hitting things again. Here is Potter's Pink. Harry Potter uses this pink. This pink does not want to wake up. Come on. Come on there, little fella. Come on. Here we go. Yeah, this guy is just like, he's a sleepy little guy. So that's something to think about. I think that's how dark he gets right there. And he's supposed to be semi-transparent, but he's acting like he's transparent. Nope. I like the idea of it. If it was a Copic marker, I would like it, but for watercolor, not so much. For me, I like watercolors that have a nice, vibrant color, because I can always soften it down by diluting it with water. Like this Quinacridone Pink. Look how vibrant this little buddy is. Right there. Ooh, look at you and your bright self. A little Potter Pink just sitting between these two hot shots right there. Looking very sad. So now we have Quinacridone Rose. Oops, I need to really rinse that brush out because it's cross-contaminating colors. It's almost time to swap my water out. So again, another vibrant fuchsia kind of color. This one is the new Quinacridone Lilac. I love lilacs. Now I think we're starting to maybe begin to work into some more purplies. That's beautiful right there. And I love the flow. Very nice. I love this word Quinacridone. I wish I knew exactly how to say it. But this one is magenta. Maybe I'll just skip the Quinacridone word and just tell you the second word. Because for everyone who knows I'm mispronouncing it, it's driving you guys crazy. So this is very magenta. My kitchen wall used to be magenta colored. It was very bright. Now we have just regular crimson. And this one's a semi-transparent color. There we go. All right, we got, are we going somewhere? Okay, we have one more row and then we are 1/4 of the way through this chart. So yay. The names of these colors are so difficult to pronounce. You're telling me. Oh. All right, so here we have a regular, well, it's that funny word, but I'm just going to say the last word, fuchsia, right over here. So, ooh, very bright. Nice color. Now, see, this one says it's transparent, but it's not doing the thing that those other ones, and that one is drying horribly. So either I got bad paint or stay clear from Potter's Pink. By the name alone, I would have bought it because I think Potter's Pink is just a really cute name. But so far, it is drying really blotchy, which is not cool paint. Not cool. Now we have Mayan Violet, which the swatch right here. Maybe I need to switch my, I'm just going to run my hand through this. I just know it. This Mayan Violet almost looks black on the paper. Not a super thick paint either, but definitely not a Potter's Pink problem. Poor Potter's Pink. So if any of you guys have Potter's Pink, if you have any of these brands of Daniel Smith, let us know. Is this normal for it to do this? Or did I just get a bum swatch? Because I was hoping more from it. You are more than what you have become. You must be the paint and join the circle of palettes. Ooh, this one's nice and thick. This one is a bardier. Oh, I should know this word. It's probably like a real word that I use a lot. It's Bordeaux. I'll let you guys figure it out. But in the meantime, I'm loving this color. Look at that. That is fabulous. I love that. I love it when it's just saturated and beautiful. Okay, my water is... I'm trying to get through this paper, or this page, before I switch my water out. But it's starting to get a little on the pigmented side. So this one here is a violet. Again, a really nice color. Hello from Finland. Hello from England. England, Maine. Nice. This is a permanent violet. So we're definitely moving into the purples. Now this one is having a reaction with my paper. And again, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it was almost being repelled at the first couple swatches across from my paper. And that could have been caused if I had any kind of oily something on my fingers and I touched it. It could be caused by that, but it seems to be fine now. So as a good tip for you is to try not to touch your paper, watercolor paper, when you're painting, because certain watercolors will react to the oils in your skin and cause you great trouble. Ooh, this one's very deep and dark. I like this. It looks like it would have a nice gradient. I have stopped trying to do gradients, I realized. Just filling in the boxes. Alright, next is Cobalt Violet. This one as well is not wanting to reactivate. That's really weird. Because see, watercolors, you should be able to get them wet and they dry, and you can just always re-wet them again. But this is acting not watercolorish, and therefore has become very pale. Interesting. Hi from Texas. Nice to have you here, Texas. I have some friends that live in Texas. So here is Cobalt Violet Deep. And this one is coming together. Not as fast as others, but definitely better than this one in Potter's Pink. But yeah, these ones just don't have that oomph. They really just feel like kind of a student grade paint when I paint with them. 2 more on the sheet and then we are done. So we have an ultramarine red and a rose of ultramarine. I like that name. So we'll do ultramarine red first, which is purple. So I don't know why it's called ultramarine red. Maybe it's red and ultramarine put together. That might be it. But again, these last couple ones, not wanted to swatch up well. That. All right, Rose of Ultramarine. I like that name. It sounds very royal. And she's doing it beautifully. She's going for it. She's lovely. You want to just put my arm in her. Little ultramarine, Rose of Ultramarine on my arm right there. There we go. Nice. Okay. We are officially done with the first page. Cookies for everyone. So here is the color of the water, which is this nice kind of orangey, rosy red color. I would say kind of watermelon colored. That's what I would say. If someone gave me a juice, I'd be like, is it watermelon or is it pureed strawberries? All right, so I gotta find something to pour my dirty water into and fill it with some clean water. Never have too much red, right? It's ASMR. There we go. Yay! Just there to watch YouTube is passing out the cookies, and Carrie's got bottles of milk. So, cookies and milk for anyone who wants it. Do we have almond milk? Because as you guys know, milk doesn't agree with me anymore. All right, next page is this one here. So we're going to be doing finishing up our purples, going into blues. I'm excited about cobalt teal. See, teal is my favorite because I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's pretty. And that one's pretty too. And that one's pretty. Turquoise. See, I love these turquoise and blue. So this is probably going to be my favorite page, right? This will prove that turquoise, purple, and green are my favorite color mixtures because this is all of them. So we'll see. Okay, unfortunately, because I don't want to run my hand through paint, I am going to put it over here. Now this one is cool. I don't know if you can see. It's got this really cool shimmer. It's not showing it as well here, but it's almost like mother of pearl in there. I'm wondering if it'll be that way when it dries. Okay, so we're starting with Imperial Purple. We're so royal today. So Imperial Purple took a few swatches or swipes to wake her up, but she is performing royally. All right, now we're going to go to that weird word. Let me show you. You can just see it. So when I say it's the Q word, oh, it's not going to focus because it doesn't focus. But it's Quinacridone. Q Purple. Because I ain't trying to say it anymore because I know I'm messing it up. Which activates pretty well. To wake it up. Very nice purple. I like this color. Now we have Ultramarine Violet, which I'm not mistaken, it was the ultramarines that gave us trouble. Yep, the ultramarine, these guys here. Oh, look, he cross-contaminated a little bit. Looks like a little sprout. Beep. So we'll see if this ultramarine wakes up or not. So it might be ultramarine that just doesn't like to wake up very much. So it isn't as bad as the others, but it's not as good as some. There we go, now we're waking up. And this one is also a transparent color, but not bad. I like this one. I'm loving my water. It's very purpley. See, purple's my favorite color because I'm loving this water. Now we have Amethyst Genuine. This is not fake amethyst. It is real amethyst, which is kind of like a black purple, but hard to wake up. Oh, I crossed over. I can tell it. These two are trying to be friends. I'll hold your hand. So I love watching live streams of other artists doing work, but I have started obsessively watching this live stream of feral cats that have been rescued, and they're pregnant and they're gonna have babies, and so they have cameras everywhere and they have them in the kitten room. So the channel is called Tiny Kittens if you guys want to watch. They're so cute. So there's 3 mama cats. There's Chloe was the first one, and then they brought in Ramona, and then there's Rula, and we're watching all of them. So Ramona had her kittens 4 or 5 days ago, and Rula just had her kittens, and we're just waiting on Chloe. But Chloe and Ramona were cuddling last night. It was very cute. So I kind of feel like my paints are cuddling. So this one is, where are we? Carbazole Violet, which I would say this is a gorgeous violet. Oh my goodness, I love that. It's just really deep and rich. It looks black on the screen, but it's got, in real life, you can see where it's a little bit thicker is really dark, but then there's just where it's a little bit lighter. Oh, just, yeah, there's life in that paint. I like that. So now here is New Wisteria. And Wisteria seems very creamy, but waking up pretty good. Try not to get these bubbles in here. So this feels like it's just got mixed with white. Going down here to Cobalt Blue Violet. So these pages of Daniel Smith watercolors, I have a link. I got them on Amazon, and I have a link in the description box below where you can go ahead and check it out and purchase it. I think it's even cheaper than when I purchased it, which I think mine was $23, $24 for it, and I think now it's $22 maybe. It fluctuates. All right, for the name alone, this next paint I would buy without even knowing what color. If people said just, yeah, you had to pick a name of a paint, you had to buy paint by the name alone. Moon Glow. That's a fantastic name. That is inspired. That makes me want to do a painting entitled Moon Glow. So I have to keep that. Now, as I'm swatching this, I don't know if I'm as impressed with the color as I am the name. We'll say that the name is cooler than the color. Well, the color's fine. It's just the paint. It just doesn't travel. So I don't like it when paint globs up and doesn't spread out, and you can kind of just see the texture. You can kind of see that in there. That's not my favorite. I'm gonna lift my paintbrush up. It kind of just holds that little dot, because it means it's really hard to smooth out. Then, if you want a really nice smooth color, that would be challenging. So now we're going to shadow violet, which again is not want to wake up very fast. Hey Amanda, welcome to the stream. I'm glad you made it when it was live. Bum, ba-da-bum. Because this is the most exciting stream. Well, granted, like what I was saying, I'm watching, 4 kittens or 4 cats. And so what do cats do for, 23 hours a day? Sleep. I'm like riveted to it. I'm just staring at them. And now that 2 of them have kittens, it's even cuter, because then you get little kitten squeaks and squalls, but they're not, their eyes aren't open, their ears aren't open. They just kind of lay there and nurse. So this one is Sugilite Genuine, and it has almost sparkles in it. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. You can't even tell. I don't know if you can tell, but it's almost like it's got glitter. I think it's a foreshadowing of our last page when we get to the actual shimmers colors that Daniel Smith has. So I'm curious after this dries if it will have a bit of a shine to it. But yeah, it looks like a very fine dust of glitter or something. That's beautiful. Now we have Kyanite Genuine up here. We're getting into our teals. This one does not like to activate. Meh. It's okay, but again, all that work should produce a thicker color. All right, coming back to it's a little bit thicker, so that one just takes a little water sitting on it for it to wake up. That's not bad. Definitely not Powder's Pink bad. Now we have Indigo, which in my colored pencils is one of my favorite colors for my Prismacolor color pencils. And this is fabulously rich paint. I love this. It looks absolutely black. I'm actually swatch this out, or wash this out, not swatch. Pick up a little bit of water and just lay a little dewdrop of water in here. And I'm going to, so you can see the little drop of water here. And I'm just going to drag it into this there, and just watch, and we're going to see how that paint flows into there. We'll see what it does. Not moving as fast as I thought it was going to. I thought it'd be this really exciting flood of color into there, but surface tension must be holding it back a little bit. There we go. Okay. Moving on to Mayan Dark Blue. I'm stuck on 238 colors for over 20 bucks. So yeah, you do get them, but they're just little dots. So they're not like the full tubes. You just get to test them. But it is pretty, I think it's pretty awesome. Hopefully you're not stuck on 20 bucks for just dots. I think this is very, very helpful. That's great. Moving on to, oh, another word. Endathrone, we'll say that. That makes your tongue fall out of your mouth. Endathrone Blue. So it's very royal looking. And it has a good movement to it too. So going back to the Light Genuine, that was very shimmery. It does have a little bit of sparkle as it dries, but not as much as I thought it was going to. But it's okay. I mean, like if I had this in a painting, I wouldn't say, oh, metallic paint kind of thing. So it's very just subtle. Now we have a Sodalite Genuine. Sodalite Genuine. It's not fake, it's genuine. There we go. That'd make a nice nighttime sky. Now we have Lapis Lazuli, which I'm thinking is not going to want to wake up. Lapis Lazuli is fast asleep. Just going to let it kind of sit there for a second. Wake it up. Nope, Lapis Lazuli is almost acting like Potter's Pink. Not wanting to wake up. So that's disappointing for something as pretty as Lapis Lazuli. Yeah. Oops, you can't see because I'm hiding it. Yep. Not as bad as Potter's Pink. Potter's Pink was just, what's wrong with that paint? Well, that one's... And it has a chalky feel to it. Like I run my finger over these ones. Not bad, but that one, yeah. Poor Potter's Pink. That's such a good name. So we have Ultramarine Blue. Which is not disappointing. Very ultramarine-y. I find there are artists who like ultramarine blue and those that don't. I enjoy it. But it's just it's a little loud for me. So I don't use it as much as others. What are your opinions of ultramarine blue? Do you like a more subtle blue? I'm an indigo person. I like indigo. But I don't know, this indigo, a little dark. I think I liked the Mayan dark blue better. I think I like this one better. Interesting. Alright, next we have French ultramarine. Do we have anyone watching from France? I know we have people from England. Where did I buy the color testers? I got them on Amazon. There's a link in the description box. You can go and check it out if you'd like to. Alright, try not to touch these two together so we can get an uncontaminated side-by-side look. While wet, they look exactly the same, so we'll wait till they dry and see what difference. But now we will jump to the top and test out our cobalt blue. Which is yeah, it's not bad. It's not like super exciting. Then we have Phthalo Blue, another Bob Ross color, and I'm loving this one. All the Bob Ross colors that I know get this little tiny box. That's beautiful, and I love how it spreads here. Activated very quickly. Alright, moving on to Venditor Blue. So kind of a creamy color, so it feels like, but not bad. It's spreading much better than I thought it was going to. And it's gone pretty good, nice and flat. Every color should make paints that can make swatches. I think so too. I think this is fabulous. After I saw this, I went to look to see if the other companies did, and I couldn't find anybody else who did it. Take note, companies. This is kind of awesome. So now we have lavender, which is very kind of creamy. Looks just like it has a little bit of white mixed in it. Just soft. Now we have another phthalo blue, but this one has an RS on the end. I don't know what RS means, but it's phthalo blue RS, which is pretty awesome. And I'm going to do a spread test and see. Ooh, that's a lot of water. Just see how this grades out over here. See, some watercolor paints, when it touches water, it just, and I love that. I'm seeing Daniel Smith not do that, which is, you know, some artists like that, some artists don't, so that's not a definite negative point. It's just what the supply does and whether or not you like it. I don't think it's an important enough point that would make them not an option for me to purchase. So I just like it when they explode. But it also makes them harder to contain. So when you have paints that travel really far and fast, if you do have where you touch another, you know, wet part of the paper, they're gonna go and it's a stampede of color. It's hard to control, and yeah. So now we have Mayan Blue Genuine. It is not waking up super fast either. I hate trying to pronounce some of the art supply names. They try to look fancy pants, you know, right? I'm thinking some of the fancy names go back to, like, Renaissance. You know, there's probably a lot of different language, you know, referencing them. But yeah. It makes my tongue flip-flop. So now we have cerulean blue. That's a Bob Ross color. Come on. Come on, cerulean. You can do it. It's not wanting to wake up. Make Bob Ross proud. I didn't want to. I'm not oil paint, I'm watercolor. Bob Ross was oil paint. This is all you're getting from me. Well then, fine. RS apparently means red shade. Oh, interesting. So phthalo blue, red shade. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Has a little bit more of red to it, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Thanks for figuring that out. That's pretty awesome. All right. Now we have cerulean blue chrome. Which is activating a little bit better than regular cerulean blue. Yeah. It's just so interesting how different paint colors have almost a personality. It's just very interesting. It's just a very shy paint, I think. It's just taking it little by little. Now we have magnesium blue hue, which is not wanting to wake up, but I love the color as I'm getting it woke up. Let's see if I can move it over there. That's a really pretty color for a light blue. There we go. Next we have cobalt teal blue. So don't let me down, cobalt. Cobalt. I've been waiting for you. Yay. See, this is like a robin egg. So what do they name things like that? Robin egg blue. Oh, it's being friends with magnesium. Cross-contamination. Have a little northern light going on there. All right, now we have Swatched Genuine, which also looks like it has a shimmer to it. So we'll let the water kind of sit on it for a second and go from there. It's very, very pastel-y. And it looks like it's gonna, oh, that, isn't that interesting? It matched up right with this one, which is the other one that had the shimmer to it. There. So we'll have to wait to see when it dries if it has that kind of glazed look to it. All right, we're halfway done with this page, and then we're halfway done with this whole thing. So we have phthalo turquoise. Ooh, oh my goodness, I love that. Look how that's just waking up there. See, that's what I like. I like that in paints. They're just like, they're like the race horses. As soon as you put water on them, they're like out of the gate and they're just running. This is a beautiful color. This one might be my newest favorite out of all of them. Yep. So far, the phthalo turquoise is my favorite color. I like it a lot. Okay. Now we have ultramarine turquoise, which is going to be a close run up to my phthalo. So it's that just a little bit more green. Man, these make me want to do the gemstones. I am working on diamond for this month, sort of sketches, and I was planning on having actually today's video be the diamond gemstone picture, but I just haven't got her position right, so I didn't want to rush it. If you want to see some sketches, I post those on my Instagram, links in below, but kind of trying to figure out which one, which pose I want to go with. So hopefully next week we will see April's gemstone month come out. So now we have cobalt turquoise, which is a little bit of a creamier turquoise color. And then we have SB turquoise genuine. So someone found out what RS means. What's SB mean? This one's very creamy too. Now we have Amazonite genuine. Oh, I thought that would wake up much faster. So let me move this over so you guys can see. Now we have blue apatite genuine, blue apatite, which is kind of like this grayish turquoise bluey color. Now we have, okay, this is another one that by name alone, I think is fabulous. This is Lunar Blue. So we had Moon Glow, which took a little while to get it activated, but it turned out beautiful. In fact, I'm loving going back to this Moon Glow. You can't see it. I'll take a picture of it because you guys got to see it. I'm taking a picture and I'm going to post it to my Instagram. if it works out. Because around the edge, it kind of has this bit of purple. It's really pretty. Okay, so I'm taking a picture of it, posting it to my Instagram so you can check it out if you want to. I said join Instagram, join the live stream. Boom. There you go. Now you guys can go check it out and see what you think. But yeah, so now this one is Lunar Blue. I'm hoping it will activate well because that's just a really pretty color sounding name. It's pretty good. It's a little creamy. Let's see, it's going to go with this little spot right down here. So yeah, I like the name. The color's okay, but I could definitely mix that color pretty easily. All right, we are now officially moving into the greens. We're moving out of the turquoises, more into the greeny greens. So this is Cascade Green. Which is a very nice little shade of green there. Kind of dark, not bad. Now we have Jadeite Genuine. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Got a bunch of new people joining. Jadeite Genuine. So this one's kind of very emeraldy. What month is the birthstone of emerald? I can't remember. That one's going to be a fun one to do. All right. We are now into Viridan. Oh, and there's my hair. My hair's like, I want to be a paintbrush. Let me be. Oh, maybe it's not my hair. Because it was underneath this thing here, which is dry. This is the manufacturer's hair. I have someone's DNA. I don't know if I should be grossed out or not. But there we go. We have someone who works at Daniel Smith's hair in my paint. Is that gross? I'm trying not to think that that's gross. It's not like it's in my, my soup or something. So this one's just a very light little green. Hey, Jeffrey. Good to see you. Lisa, you have to go. Okay. Bye, Lisa. Alright, ugh, this is another one of those names. This is diopside. Let's say it really fast and we'll make ourselves sound smart. Diopside Genuine. Sounds very rock-like. I'm mining for diopside. So now I'm going to look these names up and learn about them. There we go. Now this is interesting. Do you see what this did some weird things. It's very interesting. It got very, yeah, it's just very interesting. And then it's very cool here. It jumped into this guy and cleared him out. So he's got these little wispy veins going down there. All right, now we have phthalo green. Which seems very nice, deep, and rich. Oh, I love this one. This one's very pretty. Very nice. Dusty. That is a good description for some of these colors. Some of these colors look very dusty. Like this one looks dusty. This one looks dusty. That one looks dusty. You're right. What descriptive word. Now we have a Prussian green. I'm liking this one too. Yes, I am. think that one's my favorite though. That one's just, yeah, it's not showing up well on the camera, but it's just very, there's some of them that make it just look like light is shining behind it. They're so vibrant. So here we have a Terre Verte. Terreverte. I'm pronouncing it as Terre Verte. And Terre Verte does not like to wake up. There it goes. It woke up. So kind of a mossy green, a little bit. Oh, some people like the dusty look. See, people ask me all the time, is this a good product or a bad product? You know, or is watercolor good or bad? It has nothing to do with whether this is good or bad. It has everything to do with this is the way it works. Do you like it? So that's why there's some people that love watercolor, some people that can't stand watercolor. It doesn't mean that watercolor is inherently the best medium or the worst medium. It just means that the way it works or look is the way that that artist likes it or dislikes it. So for me, this kind of dusty little look there, not my favorite thing. Doesn't make it bad. But this cobalt green pale is not wanting to wake up. Well, it's being pale. Maybe it's just doing what it's meant to do. Now we're moving on to cobalt green itself. And a spring green, which is very neon green looking. Can't stay, my Wi-Fi is broken. Sorry, Adrian. Hope you get it fixed soon. Permanent green, which looks very much like spring green. We'll see how they look like when they dry a little bit. Now we have phthalo yellow green. Yeah, see, these colors, I mean, are very pretty. They're not my favorite. They're not making my heart just go, ah, like this color and these colors. That one, oh, making my heart go, yeah, I want to paint. Let me paint. I can't decide if that one's still wet or if it just, no, it's still wet. I dripped a drop of water on it. I was like, that one has a shine to it, like it's wet. Because it is. It is shiny because you dripped water on it. Okay. So this one is permanent green, which just is your nice average. If you just wanted one green, your basic green, this is it, permanent green. Moving on to the phthalo green. And the hooker green. That's the name. That's just the name. Yep. Okay. I have this shade in my other brand of Winsor Newton, and I actually double bought it, so I have 2 tones of this one. So where did I find the book with all these paint testers? It's on Amazon. I have a link in the description box below. You can check that out. I got it for a little over $20. So this is sap green, which I'm liking this one. See, I love greens or colors that aren't just like your normal average shade. Have a little bit of oomph to them. Now we have Serpentine Genuine. Which doesn't generally wake up well. Now we're getting to some nice mossy greens. Which mossy greens are inspiring to me. Some people are like, ew, I don't like that color. But it just makes me think of a deep forest to paint. Oh. This summer, you guys, I want to go to the redwoods because I live not super far away. Like, it's a nice day trip to go see them. And if I do, I'll take you guys along with me. They're so beautiful. So the redwood trees are in Northern California, and they're just massive and magical. An absolute wonder to behold. So if you ever get around to Northern California, do not miss them. And if you're a Star Wars fan, check them out because Return of the Jedi had a lot of filming in the redwood trees. That's where the Ewoks lived. My little ode to fame. Now we have Rare Green Earth. So that sounds very important. What are these really cool names? Never activate very quickly. They're like, no, I'm too rare. Let me be. There we go. The Rare Green Earth. It's just kind of like a little me. It wasn't that exciting. So now we have Deep Sap Green. Which is a very intense color. Super dark. And I like it. Two more for this card and then we are done. With these two cards, we'll have two more to go. So this is Perline Green. Oh, I like that one. That one's nice. Another one, by name, I would want to purchase it. This one's called Undersea Green. And it does look like something. Let's see if I can get it to graden out. Because you get to really see the color when it comes out a bit. It's got this very seaweed kind of color. Kelp looking. Went for a walk on the beach yesterday and found two amazing things. One is a stone, I think. It might be a shell. I'm not positive. But it looks like pumice, but it's not light. It's too heavy for it. So that's why I'm thinking maybe it's a shell. But the other thing I didn't take home because it was kind of gross. But it was this ball of seaweed. And then there was all these little white tubes attached. And after researching and having some people tell me who knew, it was squid egg pods. So, yeah, that was pretty fascinating. If you want to see them, they're on my Instagram as well. You can check them out. All right, so this page is done. We've got two done and two more to go. Looking pretty good so far. So I'll take a quick break just to kind of answer any questions that you guys might have. Because I know I miss a lot of the questions while I'm doing this because I really have to focus on painting and keeping my line so that I don't have mergings going on. But so far, my favorite color in the yellow, for just kind of yellow, not orangey yellow, but yellow, is probably this one. I like that one there. And then I really like this one or this one. This one's kind of nice, it's a little bit softer. Love this one down here. For my reds, I really like this one. Oh, I like that one too. That one's kind of nice. I like this one, Yeah, these are okay. I like ones that really settle flat. I really like this one. It didn't settle super flat, but I like the color, and I like that one too. This one is cool. I just don't know. It's really looks like a highlighter, like a really dark fuchsia highlighter. Potter's pink was the great disappointing one. And then coming through here, I really enjoyed this one. Like this one was nice. That one was very pretty. I love this one. Just that. Oh, some of them are just set so pretty. This one's cool. It's one of the ones that have the shimmer. So this one, this one, this one. All three of them have shimmers now that I'm looking at them. And this one might end up having a shimmer when I'm done with it. I like this one. That one. That one. That one's, these ones are nice. That one, ooh, those are beautiful. That one's really pretty. That one's pretty. Yeah, so far they're looking pretty awesome. Am I using a Primatech line as well? I don't know what a Primatech line is, so I guess not, because I don't know what it is. Can we play the emoji game? I don't even know how to play the emoji game, so play it if you want, I guess. I love and hate that there are so many colors. I want them all. For watercolors, it's not that tempting for me because watercolors, unlike Copic markers that blend to an extent, watercolors, you can mix them so easily and just create that actual shade. So with these ones, I'm not as tempted to buy every single one, but I really am thankful that I got this testing sheet out to look at all these colors up close and personal. Have I ever tested out koi watercolors? No, I haven't. I'm kind of trying to look at the professional brands, and I don't know that koi is a professional brand. I've kind of heard mixed reviews on it, so I kind of skipped over it. Though I did do the Pram watercolor sets just because I had so many people asking me about that. And then I bought the nicer set, realizing that it was the exact same set. So, when are you going to be sending out the Genie sticker packs? I have them. They're going to go out in the mail on Monday. So Monday is when everything gets shipped out. They're all packaged, ready to go. It took me forever to get all the little packages put together. So that's when they head on out. Just realized my screen dimness was down. The colors look much better now. Oh, it's amazing when you bring the colors up or brightness up of your screen. So yeah, that's great. All right, we're moving on to the third page. This one is going to be all of the remaining of the greens and then going into the browns, which isn't my most exciting. It's exciting and not. I do like earth tones, I guess. It's not as bad as... Okay, but I probably should clean my water out. So hang on, let me just clean my water out. I have this bowl that I had granola in, and now it's got very mixed water. Ooh, I'm almost out of this water. All right, have I tried Holbein? I have done one Holbein. It's in my 3-color watercolor challenge. It's one of those ones that I tried. I did like it. This makes me want to get my gouache out. I haven't really ever played with gouache too much. I have a really cheap set that was acrylic gouache, but once it dries, you can't reactivate the paint. So I'm kind of interested in trying watercolor gouache. So that might be the next thing after I go on my watercolor journey, to then go and on a gouache journey. So this one is a Zoisite Genuine, which is kind of a grayish green. Then we have an olive green, Ooh, I like this one. I like ones that when you touch it, it surprises you at the colors that pop out. So this one has a very kind of yellow undertone to it. So that's kind of pretty. Let's see if I can do a little bit of a gradient out here. Now we have green gold, which is also kind of a yellowy green. Which again, it's just interesting to me because there's some of these colors I wouldn't have put. Oops, cross-contamination. Well, what are you going to do? So I would have put this one down here somewhere. But I guess it kind of goes with the brownier, I guess. I guess I know what they're doing. Ooh, this one's cool. This is a rich green gold, which is really pretty. Definitely has that nice yellow undertone to it. Which, I mean, to some, a greenish brown is not a pleasant color. To me, it just reminds me of highlights on green. So when I see this, I go, oh, that's the perfect color for if I want like to do a forest with moss growing on the trees and I want the sun to highlight that. That would be a color that I would need. So yeah. And this one is a nickel azure yellow. So we can definitely see we're getting more into the brown ochre colors. We have the bronzite genuine, which is not wanting to wake up very much. Tamaray asks, how old are you? I am 40 years old. Yeah. Which, those of you who are not yet 40 is not that old. Once you get to 40, you're like, it's not bad. 40 is awesome because in your 20s, you're just reveling in being an adult and having freedom, and you make a ton of mistakes. In your 30s, you're trying to fix the mistakes you made in your 20s and trying to figure out what you're going to do in your life. So now I figure the 40s are, you got everything kind of somewhat figured out on your own personal level. Like, it's, you know, world circumstances may change things, but by the time you get to your 40s, you have a little bit of wisdom under your belt, I think, which is nice. Verona Gold Ochre does not like to wake up. Oh, that's just pale. That's just sad. That's so sad. Josie says, I have a cheap set. It's so chalky. I would love a higher quality set next. I love how it acts like watercolors, but is opaque like acrylic. Yes. I painted a long time with a really cheap set, and I mean, cheap sets have their place in our lives because they are the training wheels on our artistic bikes. But after we learn, then we need to take the training wheels off and upgrade our bikes if we really want to start racing. My friend has a really, really good bike, and she says there's definitely a difference when you ride, you know, a $50 bike as opposed to a $500 bike. And I should hope so. I should hope that if you're going to invest money in something, that there is a definite difference. That you can see the quality change. I just made a huge purchase and bought a new printer. I have a printer and it works good. I love my printer. I've had it for years. It's an HP printer. But it doesn't like to print on a lot of different kinds of sticker paper. And because I'm getting more interested in sticker paper, this was a burnt bronzite gen, and this is a French ochre. But because I'm getting into creating more stickers and selling them, I wanted a printer that could print on different kinds of sticker paper, more glossy stickers and things like that. So I did my research and decided to upgrade to a Canon Pixma Pro 100 printer. The thing is massive. I did not know it was going to be that large. I have this little printing table that I keep my printer and cutting machine on. And nope, it's not going to fit there at all. So, and there's also a huge learning curve with it. So I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. I know it can do amazing things, just got to figure it out. But it was a definite investment. Terry says, I'll be 35 this year. I'm still learning to adult. I think we always are kind of learning how to adult. I came to realization when I turned 40 that I had successfully adulted for over 20 years and was quite excited about that, of my successful adulting. I have successfully been YouTubing for 5 years now, which is pretty outstandingly awesome. Same when I started YouTubing, I did not think that this would be a viable business, and it has been great. Slow and sure, but been an awesome time. So I inherited some amazing watercolors from my paternal grandfather, and I'm loving it beyond words. So much so that I have bought a set of Winsor Newton watercolors so I can cherish my inherited set more. That's awesome. My grandmother loved painting, and she just did it as a hobby. And when she passed away, I got a whole bunch of her canvases. I got her oil set. She painted oils, but as some of you guys know, oils and I do not get along well. So I ended up passing my oils on to another artist who really enjoyed oils and needed a set. But I kept the canvases, and it's kind of fun to have that something that like that passed down from generation to generation. So this one was a burgundy yellow ochre. This one was a raw sienna light, and this new one is just a yellow ochre, which I think some sort of ochre is important in every set of paints. The silence of art. Been streaming for almost 2 hours, which is pretty much my limit. I usually stream for an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then by that my brain's like, I don't talk as much as I think I talk, so I'm not used to keeping up conversations. I like to zone. I love to listen to people talk while I'm working, or listen to music. So this was Mars Yellow. So when you create art, do you like to have it super quiet? Do you like to have a movie going, listen to music? I love listening to audiobooks while I work. I can do that all the time. Love it so much that Audible should sponsor me. Come on, Audible. Listen to your books all the time. All right, raw sienna. Now we have that Q word, quinacridone gold. Let's see if it. Ooh, you guys, do you see that? That looks so cool. I need to get out of my studio more. Watercolor colors are way too exciting for me. No, but that one is pretty. Isn't it, you guys? Tell me I'm not insane. It's got this nice ochre, but underneath it's just got this nice vibrant gold to it. Yellow. Oh, that is a pretty color. Whew. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I'm calming down. Now we have trans yellow oxide, which is another one of those. Not as cool as that quinacridone gold, but still pretty cool. This one looks like it's going to be a shimmery one. Now we have, I think it's an abbreviation for mountain, MNT period. That's mountain, isn't it? Mountain Amanta. And then there's another abbreviation, NTR, Sienna. We're just going to call it Sienna, which is a very pretty name. Anybody out there named Sienna? The name's pretty. The color's kind of meh. Meh. All right, then we have Hemanite Burnt Scarlet Jen. Some of these names are so funny. Okay, so this one does not want to activate super fast, but that's okay. All right, we're moving out of our ochres and into the browns officially. So now we have a yellow iron oxide coming up. Hey, nerdy crafter. There we go. So browns, the color of chocolate. Now we have a geothist. Geothist brown ochre. All right, now we have deep gold. I'm looking forward to this one. Oh, did you see that? It's got that gold undertone and then almost an orangish red. That's fancy, fancy. I'm going to see if I can make it go in a gradient here. Just going to go right in here. Rinse my brush out. Lay a little bead of color and just bring it up. Ooh, do you see how that one flows? Oh, so pretty. It's so pretty. Valerie gets too excited about her art supplies. She needs to get a life or a cat. Now we have some Italian deep ochre. The worst Italian accent. I apologize to any of my Italian friends. That was a horrible accent. Alright, now we're going to go to Lunar Earth. Yet another name that I would pick the paint just by that name. Activates well. It's very, looks like clay. I would almost say Lunar Mars. Because Mars is that red planet, and that's just what that looks like. That looks like the surface of Mars. Alright, now we have burnt yellow ochre, which is kind of a pinky brown. Sorry for the banging. I said to my roommates, now if you slam doors downstairs, everyone's gonna hear you. And they're like, okay, we'll be really quiet. And they forget. They're so silly. Now we have garnet. Ooh, I'm excited about garnet. Garnet was the first gemstone that I did in the gemstone series. And when I say gemstones, I mean monthly gemstones and not Steven Universe gemstones. Though I have to say, I have actually watched a few episodes of Steven Universe. Finally. So many of you guys have been saying, you have to watch it. So I did. But right now, I'm working through, I got Hulu is why I can watch these things now. But I finally have the ability to watch all the adventure times, so that's what I have been doing, is adventure timing out, and there are so many episodes. Roasted French ochre, which is kind of meh. I do like that genuine garnet though. That is a very pretty color, but the French roasted ochre, not that excited about. Burgundy red ochre. Is it better than French roasted ochre? Let us see. Just like some of these paints just don't want to oomph out of there. Indian red. Now this has got some nice vibe. Ooh, I like this. I'm liking this Indian red. It's kind of got like almost a purple hue to it. All right, now we have another red that is called a Venetian red. Venetian red. Oh, cross-contamination. We want to be friends. Now we have Italian burnt sienna, which is slow to activate as well. Let some water sit on it for a little bit. There we go. This is actually a really pretty page. I like this. This is very nice. Maybe my favorite color is brown. So here we have burnt orange, which is another fantastic color. I love this color. I love colors that have just colors within colors. So as you spread this out a little bit, you kind of get that yellow undertone. All right, now we have just regular sienna. All right, now we have Pompeii red. I remember as a kid reading about Pompeii and just being fascinated with the story. And then when I was, there has been a movie about Pompeii since, but remember that I'm 40. So when I was a kid, there was a TV miniseries that came out of Pompeii. And I had to be like maybe 7, maybe even 6, very young. But I had my first crush on the guy in the Pompeii movie. He died. And yeah, because it was Pompeii, you know. So now we have red fuchsite genuine, which is kind of pale meh color. Okay. That's exciting. Minnesota pipestone. That sounds like a fun name. Sorry if I was talking really loud into the microphone. But Minnesota pipestone is also meh. And very similar to red fuchsite genuine. Meh. So now let's see Sedona genuine. Let's see what this one is. Let's move this back over this way. Okay, so for those of you who missed the first part of the stream, I had started down here, and I was working, instead of going up and down like this, I had started going across, which made the colors not match up. So I flipped the page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some scissors, and I'm going to snip this part off of there, so we won't have it anymore. There we go. Get rid of that one. All right, now we can move on to the Italian Venetian red. which is awesome. Yeah, these last 4 colors have been meh in my book. They're just not exciting. We have English Red Earth. That name just sounds like I should be painting hedgehogs in a hedge in an English garden. Meh, that's alright. Now we have Burnt Scarlet. Oh, I like Burnt Scarlet. Burnt Scarlet's nice. Actually, it's Quinn Burnt Scarlet, to be official. Ooh, I like that one. So you guys can tell, I am a bold colored kind of person. Now we have Perlerin Maroon, which that is beautiful. Look at that one. I wonder if I did the left-handed challenge video, how long it would take people to realize I'm left-handed. That would be a really good, like, April Fool's joke, to do the left-handed challenge and challenge myself to create something using my left hand. Deep Scarlet. Nice, but I don't know if it's as nice as the Praline Maroon. I like that one. This one's pretty cool though. Next is Naphthalenide Maroon. Oh, I like this one, you guys. Look at that one. It's got this nice purple undertone. Yeah. That's a beauty right there. Very nice. All right, now we have a Lunar Red Rock. Every time I get to a lunar one, I get excited about the name Lunar, but then I'm never excited about the paint. But this one is not that bad. This one's really good. Nice clay rock color. All right, we have a Paimonite Genuine coming up. I'm like splattering paint all over the place. Messy painter, messy painter. So this is a very desaturated color. Nice. Moving on to Tiger Eyes Genuine. Let's read what it says, not what we think it says. Tiger's Eye Genuine. Are we going to love it? It looks like one of those little shoe crabs from the ocean. I like the name better than the way the color's coming off, but the color's not that bad. It's kind of a nice little desaturated brown. It's just not really highly pigmented. All right, now we have Burnt Tiger's Eye Genuine. So this is before you burn it, and then this is after you cook it and forget that you left it on the stove on high, and then it's burnt. And now it looks like this, which is very similar, just a little bit more red. Now you guys know. Okay, so we have the Finalizing Genuine, which is kind of a blacky brown, grayish brown. Okay, I'm going to move this over again so we can get more of this in here. We have the German Green Raw Umber. See, I love how this one settled. That one just dried really nice. Now we have the Hematite Violet Gen. I don't know what gen means. Generation? Ooh, here's another name. The Mummy Bauxite. Bauxite. How do you pronounce that one? But Mummy, that's kind of a fun name. Not the color I would think for Mummy. Like these ones I would think for Mummy. Like looking old and gray and dusty. This one's a little bit too fresh for a Mummy. Alright, last row on this page. We have permanent brown coming. Ooh, I like this one. It's kind of got the red undertone. Very nice. Uh-oh, cross-contamination with the Mummy. The Mummy's attacking. The Mummy is attacking with vengeance. The curse of the Mummy. Just stop. Just stop. There. Okay. Now we have raw umber violet. I think there'll be a purple undertone to it. A little bit. That's nice. Yeah, not too bad. For a brown, not too bad at all. Now we have transparent brown oxide, which already I can tell I'm going to like this one. Nice rich color, that goldy undertone that I love. Nice chocolate color, that's great. Now we have transparent red oxide, which is very nice too. Moving on to fired gold ochre. That sounds fabulous. It's kind of slow to the waking ups. Wake up, a little fire gold ochre. Wake up. Meh. The name is cooler than the paint. Alright, burnt sienna light. That one's nice. Now we have E-F red iron oxide. That's a Frenchy schmenchy name. It's a long name for saying reddy brown. Now we have just regular burnt sienna, which I think is a Bob Ross color. Actually, I think it's just about any artist. Main staple. Get your burnt sienna. Now we have red or English red ochre, which makes me want to have tea. Are you guys tea, coffee, soda drinkers? What's the drink of choice? On cold days, I love some tea. On warm days, I like some just lemon water is one of my favorites. Actually, my new favorite thing is to slice some lemon and some garlic root and put it into a pot of water and boil it for about 5 minutes, and then add honey to taste. So if you want something hot, you drink it hot, but then if you let it cool off, it's a delightfully cool drink as well. And very good for you. This one was burnt umber, so we have burnt sienna and burnt umber, which are your main staples of browns. All right, we have finished the third page, which means we only have one more page left. These are going to finish up with the browns and then blacks. I'm going to go ahead and do these now before I change this water out, because then it gets really light again with the shimmering metallic paints, which I'm really excited about. This pearlescent shimmer right there. Ah! So we'll just finish these guys up, and then we will move on with clean water, because these things are just going to get darker until they get to the lunar block. So this is E-F brown iron oxide, which is me. Now we have raw umber, which is yet another staple in artist colors. So we have a lot of tea drinkers, a lot of coffee drinkers. I used to drink soda a lot, but then I realized if I could just cut soda out, how much sugar would come out of my diet alone, saving more room for sugar from donuts. Here is raw umber. Have I finished my dollhouse? No, I haven't. I have it set aside in a box. I've actually only been able to live stream twice since I stopped working on it, just because of situations. But I'm hoping that things will turn about that not only will I be able to work on it more, but I will be able to live stream more if the plan that I have works out. More information on that if it works out. I will let you guys know. It'll be super fun though. I'm excited. Now we have Van Dyke Brown. I'm sure a lot of artists talk about Van Dyke Brown, but I don't think I've ever owned a Van Dyke Brown. There we go. Ooh, this one is one that I would buy just simply for the name. It's called Bloodstone Genuine. So last month's stones were aquamarine, which I did this piece for. But there was a secondary stone, which was bloodstone. And so this would be the paint that I would have used, which pretty much is black. I thought there'd be a little bit of red in there. Nope, just kind of a grayish. But I guess as it's sitting there, you can see there's just the lightest undertone of maybe a little bit of red in there. So this is Lunar Violet. So this one probably should have a little bit of a purple undertone. And this one is Neutral Tint. Now we have a Graphite Gray. Which for a gray, that one's not that bad. Then we have a new Payne's Blue Gray, which I like this one. This one is very bright in its color. It has a really cool undertone of blue. I like that. Now we're just going to go with regular Payne's Gray. Which don't be a pain to activate Payne's Gray. There we go. Now we have Lamp Black, which I'm assuming will just be a nice black. And we have 3 more blacks to go. We have Black Tourmaline Gen, which is really boring. I'm going to do just half a swatch on this one. And then we're going to go ahead and go Black Ivory, which takes a little bit to activate, but I think once it's activated, it should be a pretty awesome black. And our last black, which is Lunar Black, which is your nice bluish black. So black actually isn't like a set color. There's just deep dark greens, deep dark browns, deep dark purples, deep dark blues, and that's how you get your blacks. So this one is a more of a brownish one. This one has a blue undertone. So yeah, there we go. Those are all of our blackety blacks. So now we have 2 whites here. We have the Chinese white and the titanium white. I'm not going to swatch these because obviously they're white. The difference is, I think, is that the titanium white might just be a little bit brighter, but I really don't think that you're going to notice any swatching on that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, here, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 30, 41 spots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. What number did I say before? This is 35. What did I say before? Let me know while I clean out my water. How many are there on here? I knew I was going to forget that number. But someone will remember it for me. And they will say, you said 42 or something. Can't remember. I think it was 41, I think. Get some new water. I have all these jars full of water in my room for watercolor painting, because to go to the nearest sink I have to go out of my studio, down the stairs, through the living room, into the kitchen, get water, come back, which doesn't sound like something that's hard, but it just is. So yeah. Okay, so 41 and I had 30 something rather. So I'm gonna split these guys in half here. Where did my cool little ruler go? Ruler, where is my ruler? Don't make a loud noise. You'll deafen everybody up. Alright. Let me go ahead and block those off, so then we have plenty of room for the rest of these to swatch out. Alright guys, you ready for the final go into all of this? Nice clean water, clean paintbrush, and we're starting with the Duochrome Oceanic. These are going to have some fun names, I can tell. These also don't like to reconstitute, but that glitter is just moving all over the place. So I'm not expecting any bright, vibrant colors, but I think the shimmer will be pretty amazing. Now we have Duochrome Pearl Blue, also known as Blue Pearl, but if you're dyslexic, you read it as Pearl Blue instead of Blue Pearl. Alright, and then there's that one. Next we have Duochrome Turquoise, which maybe is a good one. Just a heads up, you guys, to keep the chat polite and family friendly. So just heads up, if there is anyone in chat who is being rude, the best thing you can do is don't be rude back to them, because I can glance up at the chat every once in a while and I may not know that you are defending justice in your choice of wording, and I might end up blocking your comment just because I can only see, you know, what comments I can see. So yeah, be helpful, be kind. All that. Okay, here's Duochrome Cabo Blue. All of these look very transparent. Here we have Duo Aquamarine. See, should have had this color when I did last month's Gemstone. because there we go. It's aquamarine. You just cover the entire page with that color. Now this one is beautiful looking. This is the emerald, duochrome emerald. So the duochromes are nice. They do have a nice shimmer. We'll test it once it's fully dry. But they are definitely very transparent, so you're not going to get a really big vibrant color to them. Here's duochrome desert bronze. So we'll let that sit on there because have I posted April's gemstone yet? No, I haven't. I have just sketches. I haven't even done it yet. So it is diamond. So I am working on it. Now see, this is interesting. The actual dollop of paint is, oh, I just got lunar black on me. The dollop of paint is green, but when you start mixing it with water, it's brown. But I'm seeing as I continue to mix it, I'm getting a little bit more of that green. So heads up on that one. The green doesn't show up as much in the paint. We'll have to see what happens when it dries. Maybe when it dries, it reflects that green tint. I was going to say, it's kind of like bronze, and I looked at it, it's desert bronze. Makes sense. Okay, so here is Seguro green. Again, I'm just going to put that on top, let it sit there for a second. Yep, these chrome ones don't like to reactivate. So just take that into consideration. These bluer ones here, they activated pretty well, but these brown ones are not wanting to do much. So this is duochrome Adobe. Sounds like computer software. Do you have the new duochrome Adobe? No, I just have regular Adobe. So again, these aren't looking that exciting when I get them onto the paper, but I think the exciting part's going to happen when they dry a little bit. That they'll have that metallic shine to them. But so far, the climatic grand finale is kind of grand disappointing. I did hear a couple people say that they really like Daniel Smith, but their chrome and shimmer colors weren't the best. So I guess I kind of had a little forewarning. But they look so cool on swatches. So I think if you got the tubes of these, I would only put a small amount onto your palette and try to use it all up before it dries, because these are not easy to reactivate. I keep putting my fingers into black. So that was Cactus Flower, which is a very pretty sounding one, and I like the colors in there, but it just kind of turned out meh right there. So this is duochrome Hibiscus. I think these would be pretty as overlays on top of color, but definitely not pigmented enough. I'm just going to kind of pre-saturate some of these, so hopefully they can kind of get going a little bit. That seems to help too. Just adding a little water and just letting it set for a few minutes or seconds, whatever. Or maybe it was just this purple that activated pretty well. So that was duochrome violet pearl, sorry. This is duochrome mauve. which is kind of meh. Now we have dual chrome Tropic Sunrise. That sounds fancy. Okay, which looks like absolutely nothing when you put it on the paper, but I can already tell when I tilt it, I'm going to get that really pearly shine, which is going to be cool. This one here is dual chrome Lapis Sunlight, which this one reminds me a lot of, let's see here, oh, this one here in the Fine Tech, this one right there. But the Fine Tech are a little bit more opaque. These ones are just kind of like a glaze. All right, and then we have a dual chrome Arctic Fire. So these would be really fun if you were doing maybe the Northern Lights and you just wanted to add that glow to them. These three are actually really pretty. They're super transparent, but very pretty. Then we have Interference Blue, which again, all of these you probably are not able to really tell. So once they dry and I can turn it without them running down the page, I'll show you a little bit more. So now we have Interference Gold. I'm going to let these guys wake up too, because they just really seem to help. All right, so we have Interference Gold. Just a little bit of a shine with gold in it. We have Interference Green. Watch Valerie paint with water. There's no color. Interference Lilac. I'm hoping this will be a good payoff when they dry. Now we're getting into Pearlescent Shimmer, which I think is a clear watercolor with just glitter. That's exactly what it is. Which is not going to, color much, but for accents, that is great. I like that. I would buy that. Pearlescent White, very similar, only I think it's going to have a little bit more of a shimmer instead of glitter look to it, which is true. So this one actually has more like the chunks of glitter to it, and then this one is kind of that how would I describe it? More of just a glaze, metallic glaze to it. So like them both, but I think if I had to choose one or the other, I would get this one because I want that speckles of glitter. Okay, so I have to remember where I painted because it so looks like there's nothing on here that it's going to be very easy to want to paint over something. All right, let me go ahead and wake these guys up. My water is getting very shimmery. It's cool. It's like moving around in my rinsing jar. All right, so first we have Iridescent Moonstone, which sounds pretty cool. Ooh, and this has a good pigmentation. I think we'll finally get something that'll actually show up on screen. So that one is very much like this one. So I think when it dries, it's just going to have this shimmer to it, not really glitter. So here we have Iridescent Blue Silver, which is nice. Now we have Iridescent Sunstone. And I will apologize in advance if my stomach growls because it all of a sudden said, hey, guess what? It's just 2:30 in the afternoon and you haven't eaten anything. Fake human. I'm like, oh yeah. Probably should have eaten something. Wasn't hungry 2 hours ago. Alright, so this one is Iridescent Aztecian Gold, which I think that's going to be cool. Then we have Iridescent Bronze coming in here. Now we're getting a little bit more exciting. It's not the vibrant colors over here, but still it's not bad. Iridescent Copper. So that one's nice. I like that one too. Iridescent Gold. I'm curious to see if their gold is as good as the Finetech Gold. It's definitely not as opaque, so it's a very transparent gold. Could also be just that it's hard to wake up. And in their defense, Finetechs are super hard to wake up. I have to spritz them with water well before I use them, and then still have to scrub to wake them up. So that is not just a Daniel Smith thing. I think that's metallic paints in general don't like to wake up. All right, I'll wake these guys up a little bit. All right, so we did the gold, so now we get to do Iridescent Topaz. Another gemstone that I'll be doing sometime this year. Another gemstone that's, or a color that definitely is not very pigmented. Iridescent Jade. Ooh, this one's very pretty. I like this one. It's green, but it's got just hints of pink in it almost. Definitely looks cooler in the swatch, and we have cross-contamination. So the jade and the topaz want to be friends. Oh well. Here is Iridescent Garnet. And Iridescent Ruby. Iridescent Scarab Red, which this one looks cool. It's got a red undertone paint color, but the shimmer is kind of this tealish gray. Which is kind of cool. Yeah, it looks just like kind of browny red on the paper, but I think when it dries and we can tilt it, you will see that greenish hue. So this is Iridescent Electric Blue, which this one is really nice. It's got a good color to it. Let's go ahead and dot these last three. And we have an Iridescent Sapphire. I definitely like that blue. Oh, that's very pretty. Iridescent Antique Bronze. I think this one's going to be, oh, this one's really good. This one is nicely opaque. Nice shine to it. Well, I like that one. We have Iridescent Antique Copper. Also really good. Not as good as the bronze, but okay. We have the Antique Gold, which I think this one looks really nice. I like it. It's kind of got that little bit of a green tint to it. So when gold kind of gets old, it kind of tarnishes and it's not shiny yellow. It kind of gets that greeny look to it. So that's really nice. And then the last one is Iridescent Antique Silver. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that. It took us 2.5 hours to swatch the 4 cards, but here we have it. We have it all done. It's really wet and drippy, so I don't know that I'll be able to tilt it at all for you guys to see the shines. because it's just going to run because I had to get the paint so wet. But that is great. I love this. I think every art paint producer thing should make little sample things like this so that you can do this. I know it would be hard to do it with like acrylic paint or oil, something that would dry because you can't reactivate it. So, but I think definitely any watercolor company should do this because it really lets you know your colors. I mean, maybe they don't want to do it because there are definite ones in here that I would not want to get that by name or computerized swatch I probably would have. Like if I would have just seen this color of the Potter's Gold, would have loved it, but that's definitely not something I want to work with. That's really, yeah, I like ones that sit really flat and solid. But again, there are some artists that like this because they think that paints that settle like this just have a lot of life into them. Oh, this looks like a wave crashing in. I also really like this one. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a gray overtone, but underneath has this pink tone. That's really cool looking. So what are the favorite colors? Does anyone have a favorite one that you like the best? These three here definitely have a shimmer. This one has a shimmer. This one has a shimmer. See if there's any in the pink that have a shimmer. Not that I see. So just this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one have shimmers in them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry really well. I'm going to go ahead and write in after it dries, probably for a day. I'll press the sheets and then I'm going to go ahead and go in and write in the code numbers. Some of them is going to be hard because they are like really dark, so I might have to do this like in a white gel pen or something. And then I'm going to start putting it to the vote as to breaking this down to a palette. So let me show you the palette that I have, if I can do this without causing my watercolor avalanche. So this is the case that I got, and as I said, it has a couple of paints in it already. So these are the professional brands that I have already. These ones, these four here, I'd already previously owned that are really nice, good quality paints. And I bought these three were the ones I did the 3 color challenge with. And then these are the 3 that I have purchased, but I haven't tried out yet, which I think is really interesting how they dried. Like this one just sunk in while these guys just totally kept their little shape. That was a little tacky still. These 3 are going to be wet because they are the, can't remember the brand, but they never really dry. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I have 14 colors to choose. Sorry, that was kind of loud right in the microphone. Sorry, you guys. Sorry. Okay. So I can choose 14 colors out of here. So that'll be exciting. So if you want to follow me along on that choosing process, I might post a little bit of that on Instagram. And then once I finally make the choices and all that, I'll definitely be making a video talking about the colors that I chose. I'm trying to decide if I got any of these. I don't think I would include them in this palette. I think I would get a smaller, you can get one that's half this size. That might be nice for these kinds here. I'm not sure that I would actually buy any. That one maybe, the one that has the glitter to it. That one's pretty. Oh, let's go. Let it sit and dry, and then I'll think about it. That one is turning out cool. Let me see if I can get it to shine for you. See, it's brown here, but when you tilt it, you get that bronzy green. So, yeah. Well, hopefully this wasn't like it was quite monotonous. So to spend 2 hours and 40 minutes of your life watching me swatch out things, but I think it's kind of nice to see it in a not a time lapse, because you can really hear my initial thoughts. Some of them are not very coherent, but my initial ideas and thoughts on the paints, and kind of see how I process in my mind how I do things. So anyway, well, thank you guys for hanging out with me in this live stream. I'm really curious to see, once this isn't live, if the chat is recorded, so you guys can check it out after it comes back live. If you missed the first part, you can join us and let me know if the chat if you get to see the chat. I think that'll make these live streams so much more fun to rewatch if you can see what you guys are chatting about. I'm going to have fun rewatching it, just reading to see what you guys are talking about. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go get some food because my stomach is very hungry, and I will talk to you guys later. So if you haven't had enough art a la carte, I will encourage you to check out some of the art videos that you can find in my video archives, and I will be back on Monday with another art video for you. And until next time, God bless you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.